What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So, Chris Algieri, Conor Benn. The fight went, I can say, similar to the way I pictured it. Um, Conor Benn was more poised. You know, he looked good. He looked like he was supposed to look. He was slipping shots. He was getting applauded for slipping shots, which I'm like, finally somebody appreciate, defense, instead of just two guys standing there chucking their chins and just throwing wild punches. But yeah, Conor Benn was slipping shots, you know, um, slipping, feinting, countering, doing everything. He's doing everything he was supposed to do. Chris Algieri, look, he's not a combination puncher. We know that. He throws one punch at a time. He'll use his jab, but he'll throw a single shot. Whether it's to the body or to the head, it's just single shot, move, move, single shot, move, move. The one thing that I looked at, and why I said is Chris Algieri, for Conor Benn to show that he is what we think he is, for those that see the potential, in him, see the greatness in him that he can display. He needed to destroy Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri survived as long as he did because he moved. Okay, he didn't stand there and just try to punch with him, which would have been stupid. Okay, Chris Algieri moved, and it's like I said, it's like once he connects with Chris Algieri flush, it's gonna be over with. That's the way I saw it. That's what happened. Fourth round, got him out of there, jab, right hand. It was a solid punch, and basically that's what was supposed to happen in my eyes. Now you're always going to have naysayers, people that's gonna, people that were saying a lot of the same people that were saying, nah, Chris Algieri gonna be a tough fight. They're going to be saying, ah, man, Chris Algieri ain't that good anyway. Like, it is what it is. It's not about trying to satisfy these folks because they are who they are. They talked about him fighting other guys that don't want to fight. Amir Khan, for his name to come up, Eddie Hearn at the post conference was saying like, he doesn't want that smoke. He doesn't want that smoke, and there's no need for him to have that smoke. Having your fight with Kilbrook, stay safe and keep it amongst people that's on that level that you're on now. Because in all honesty, Conor Benn, like Eddie said, I believe, whether it didn't take Eddie to say anything, but like same thing Eddie said, I'm saying, as soon as Conor touches his chin, Conor's going to sleep. And like I said, the worst thing that could happen from this Khan versus Brook fight is if they actually have a decent fight and then people start pumping their heads up, like trying to get them in the ring. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But, for them to get in there now with these up and coming guys, it just makes no sense. Like, I mean, these guys have already passed their primes and we've seen that. Okay. Adrian Broner's name came up. People that said, well, yo, if Chris Algieri could go 4 rounds with Conor Benn, Adrian Broner, he could too. Let me tell you the difference. Adrian Broner's flat-footed. Adrian Broner's not a mover. He just moves backwards. He doesn't fight going backwards. You understand what I'm saying? And he doesn't let his hands go enough. And as soon as Conor Benn, he starts feeling that power, Conor Benn, that pressure, Adrian's going to fold. He's going to hold, throw one punch at a time. When he does those shots, it'll be more like those just, all right, keep away type shots. He's not really throwing anything with bad intentions. We look, Adrian Broner's a guy that whoever he fights, I've always been going with Adrian to win. But you just got to be realistic, okay? I don't see Adrian Broner beating Conor Benn. I mean, in fact, Chris Algieri and Adrian Broner fight would probably go 12 rounds because Adrian just doesn't have that savage, that killer instinct. He doesn't let his hands go. He doesn't do the things he used to do. And I don't know why people are acting like Adrian Broner is still the same Adrian Broner. He's lied. He hasn't been at his best. He where he still had growing to do. I feel like Adrian Broner's a fighter that never reached his full potential. But it is what it is. Conor Benn, in my opinion, would destroy Adrian Broner. The same way he got Chris Algieri out of here, that right hand landed, that was it. And Chris Algieri, like I said, he lasted the 4 rounds because he moved and moved and moved and played it safe. His experience in doing that was one thing. His ability to put combinations together to hurt Conor Benn, no. So I didn't see what he was going to have to keep Conor Benn off of him. So if that fight would have went the distance or been an 8 to 10 round fight, it would have looked bad on Benn's behalf. Now for the people saying, yeah, but Chris Algieri's a seasoned guy. Yeah, but Chris Algieri has no punching power whatsoever. I don't care how well you can box. If you can't keep a guy off of you, then that guy, he doesn't need to be in there with you all night. And the thing with Conor Benn, he showed poise. He was throwing combinations. He was trying to get him out of there, before the 4th round. The second round, it was pretty much, I think their legs got tangled. And Chris Algieri, was a punch that made him fall. But he was good when he got up. He wasn't groggy or nothing. But the punch put him down. So that was a knockdown. People think, just because he wasn't hurt. No, it was a punch that made him fall. Even though the legs got tangled. Okay, but that right there was a small thing. People just trying to make a big deal out of nothing. But pretty much I think Conor Benn looked good in that fight. And I think that the poise that he showed, the defense, moving his head, not, looking wild and, throwing a bunch of wild, sloppy shots to try to get him out of there. Nah, he did a good job. And I'm looking forward to see him against, Ortiz or Ennis. And those fights, I feel like they need to build those fights up into super fights. Not just throw them together on some undercard somewhere. Those fights could be headline type fights. And honestly, the way Conor Benn looked, the way Ennis has looked, and all these guys, the up and coming guys, we need some new blood pumped into that division. Because the guys that's there, that's not so much because they're in their early 30s, but for these guys, they've been in there so long. Sometimes it takes other guys to come in and make more noise than them for them to, to light a fire under their ass to make them say, you know what, let me get back on my grind now because they talking about this new kid and, because it takes something to make these guys want to fight. They need something. And bottom line is, Conor Benn looked good in that fight and he did what he was supposed to do. I said this fight should end quickly. I said 2 to 3 rounds. It was 4. Bottom line, he did what he had to do. One punch, got him out of there. Salute both fighters. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.